And you can go.
So you're probably not going to believe the story because most people don't. It's pretty weird. But back when I was guiding in Alaska, it was coho season, and it was the end of the guide day, and just pulled into a little side slough that's just full of silver salmon all over the place because the guys wanted to take a couple salmon home with them. And so we pull in, park the boat, and there's just hundreds of salmon in this little side slough off the river, just slack water, but literally at least 200 silver salmon, and they're swimming around. And so I get the guy out, and he starts casting. I'm standing right next to him, and first cast he hooks a fish, and what do you know, it's hooked in the tail. And so you can see the bright pink fly in its tail, and it's running throughout the pool, running around. He's fighting it, but it's jumping. I'm like, man, it's foul hook, just let's break it off, come on. And so he does. He clamps down on the reel and breaks it off, tries to break it off at least, and you see the fly comes flying out of the water. And when the fly comes flying out of the water, I also see something else go flying the other way. So the fly kind of comes flying back, and something else went flying over there. And I don't think too much of it, I had the boat parked up above there, and the boat was about 100 feet upstream of us there. And so literally we pull it back in, reel all the line back in. He makes another cast back out there, and the next cast he hooks another fish, this time in the mouth, fights it and lands it. And so we keep that fish. So I bonk the fish and kind of grab the fish, and I walk the fish up to the boat, and I lay the fish down in the boat. And when I lay it down in the boat, I notice there's something else in the middle of the boat on the floor. And I'm just like, what? It catches my eye. I'm like, what is that? And it's a little piece of a tail fin of a salmon. And I look at the fish that I just laid down in the boat, and it's missing the top portion of its tail fin. It's like right there, it's severed off, and it's kind of bleeding a little bit. And this little piece of fin fits perfectly in there. So it was the same fish that the guy had hooked the cast before. He hooked it in the tail, and the chunk of tail fin went flying off and landed in the boat, which was 100 feet away. And then on the very next cast, the fish eats the fly, and he catches it and lands it, and I reunite the fish with its little piece of fin that it lost 1 minute before. I was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life while guiding.